up game number 1. It goes to Columbia College by the score of 80-42. Men's game is going to start in about 24 minutes. So we'll take a break and come back with that. This broadcast copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission or the use of the content without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. Travel considerations by Elmer Ford in Marshall. For Chaz Maddie and his entire crew, we'll break for just a bit. Men's game coming up. We'll be back with you in about 20 minutes on the Viking Sports Network. If you want to know how the Missouri Valley College Vikings or the Columbia Cougars are going to do, you might take a look at tonight's game. For years, this has been a traditional non-conference game for both the Vikings and the Cougars, and tonight should be no exception, and it should be a good basketball game. The Cougars come in against the Vikings. The Cougars are 2-2. The Vikings are 1-2. The big difference this year, no Bob Burchard, the longtime coach of the Cougars. Last year was his last season, and Thomas Brock, who was one of his assistants, takes over, and we'll talk to him in just a moment. As you can see, the top 20, Georgetown, number 1. William Penn ranked number 4 this week. Benedictine is number 9. What a year they had a year ago. And as you go through the top 20, Central Methodist checks in at the number 20 spot. They lost to this Columbia College team in Fayette earlier this season. William Penn 4-0, Mount Mercy 3-0. Then the Mid-American Nazarene Pioneers 2-1, Clark 2-2, Evangel, Graceland 2-2. Grandview, Peru 1-1, Baker 2-3 on the early non-conference season. Culver, Stockton, Valley both 1-2, and Benedictine 1-3. Central Methodist just 1-4 to start the season. Of course, conference play gets underway on Saturday, and Clark University, the Pride, will be in Marshall to take on the Vikings. Well, I had a chance to talk it over with Thomas Brock. He's the new coach taking over for Bob Burchard at Columbia College. Well, Coach, Bob Burchard, longtime coach at Columbia College. You were his assistant for a few years. Now it's your show. I imagine it's a little bit different being on that, moving over that 12 inches on the bench, huh?
Yeah, that's it is different without Coach Burchard. He was such an important part of not only a basketball program, but just Columbia College as a whole. And so I was fortunate to work for him, and now get an opportunity to try to keep the tradition going.
I imagine you use some things that he did, but you're bringing in some things that you want to, something new as well, right?
Yeah, probably a combination. My hope is that we can run our program the way that he did so well for 31 years. And then, there's probably a few changes in style, but most of the principles are still there.
2-2 to start the year. Tell me a little bit about the start. You pleased with what you're seeing?
Yes and no. I think we started 0-2 against two really good teams at our place in the Classic. Didn't think we played our best ball, but it was really good competition. Last week we got a little momentum, a little rhythm going, and hopefully we can kind of carry that over.
I know you beat CMU in Fayette. That's always a good win. That's a tough place to play.
It is. That was our best performance thus far, and so hopefully, we're going to be challenged on the road again tonight. So hopefully, we'll be up for the challenge.
I just talked to Coach Lance. I said, as a broadcaster and a fan, I love this game between Columbia College and Missouri Valley. I think it shows what both have, but as a coach, it's a pretty tough preseason game.
It is a tough preseason game, and both of us play in really good leagues, so it's hard to schedule each other, but I do think it's great for our schools and for our fans.
All right, Coach Brock, now it's your turn to start a tradition at Columbia College. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Thomas Brock, again, was an assistant coach for Bob Burchard, and now he takes over the show. His club is 2-2. Chad Lance joins us before this ball game with Columbia College. And, Coach, over the weekend you went to Atchison at the Benedictine Classic and played two really good ball clubs.
Yeah, we played two really good teams. Hopefully it's one of those games where, we took a couple losses, but hopefully we got better through the process.
John Brown, you told me, a very big team. And then Morningside, they have a lot of guys back from the national tournament team.
Yeah, in the John Brown game, they didn't start anybody under 6'4". And then in the Morningside team, they were the national semifinalists last year with everybody returning. So, a lot of experience on the floor, and, we still got a lot of new faces.
I didn't realize Columbia College could play basketball without Bob Burchard on the bench. He was there so long. But new coach this year, one of his assistants took over.
Yeah, Thomas Brock, has been there with him for the last few years. So he's done a nice job with his ball club so far.
What do you know about their team, Coach?
Well, they've got a lot of new faces too. They graduated a lot of guys last year, and then Coach Brock coming in and trying to put his stamp on a new team. So they're going to play a little bit differently than the traditional Columbia College teams. Are these players starting to see the role with your club, Coach? Are you at that point yet? Well, I think so. At the same time, I think that, basketball is a simple game. It's definitely all about making shots. So for us and any other team across the country, especially early on in the season, is you got to be able to make a lot of baskets. Nice to be home, though, isn't it? Yeah, definitely it is. To be able to have a 2-game stand here at home and with Columbia College, and then Saturday to get our first conference game. Coach, I don't know what you feel about it. I know you scheduled this game, but I like this game in the early season between these two teams. Really kind of gives you an idea what you have. Well, it does. I think this is a spectator game, more than it is a basketball coach's game. You wish sometimes you could put cupcakes on the schedule, but unfortunately, our scheduling doesn't allow that. So there you have the two coaches. That was Chad Lance. We also heard from Thomas Brock, and now it's time to take a look at the starting lineups. Let's go first of all for Columbia College. They'll go with Jack Fritzy, a 6'6 junior, along with Justin Shaw, a 6'4 senior, Braden Wendell, a 6'3 senior, and then Thibaut Benabid, he is a 6'9 senior, and Orge Bueno, he is a 6' junior. So it'll be Fritzy, Wendell, Benabid, Bueno, and Justin Shaw, the starting lineup for the Cougars, who come into this game 2-2. And again, their head coach is Thomas Brock. His first year as the head coach, but he had several years as the assistant coach under Bob Burchard for the Cougars of Columbia College. Here's the starting lineup now for the Missouri Valley College Vikings. The Vikings come in with a record of 1-2, winning their first game over Hannibal LaGrange and losing their 2 games at the Benedictine tournament this past weekend. They'll go with Casey Cody Jackson, the 6' junior. Casey is out of St. Louis, Missouri. Jacoby Cochran a 5'9 junior, and he is out of Fort Worth, Texas. Jacoby averages 3.2 points a game. Next in line is Casey Cody Jackson, a 6' junior. He is out of St. Louis, Missouri. He leads this team in scoring, 10.7 points a game. Daryl Watson, a 6' junior. Watson out of Houston, Texas, averaging 6.7 points a game and 3.3 rebounds. Tavius Brazil, the 6'5 senior, 4.7 points a game. He leads the team in rebounding with 5 rebounds. And then also a newcomer to this team, D'Angelo Young-Pryor. He had 6.7 points a game, the 6'5 junior. And then, of course, you do have Daryl Watson, the 6'4 senior. Daryl is out of Houston, Texas. So there you have the starting lineups. Again, this is always a fun game. Let's see what happens tonight as the Cougars
take on the Vikings. This broadcast is copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, and Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission or the use of the content of the broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College prohibited. Travel considerations by Elmer Hare Ford in Marshall. All right, we're ready to go. The Vikings in their orange with the purple numerals. The Cougars in the dark blue with the white Columbia across the chest and the white numerals. Cougars are 2-2, Vikings 1-2. Good crowd on hand tonight at the Burns Center, Grover C. Redford Gymnasium. Ball's in the air, controlled by the Cougars. And they get it back to Jorge Bueno. Bueno top of the key against the man-to-man defense. Vikings like to play that man. Into the corner it goes to Fritchie. He loses it out of bounds. It was tipped away at the last moment by Young Pryor, so the Cougars will have it underneath. Inbounding the ball will be Bueno. He's guarded by Young Pryor. Out front, swinging around now to Wendell. Ball tipped this time by Watson, right into the Viking bench. 14 on the shot clock. Still first possession of the game. Wendell will inbound right in front of that Viking bench. Gets it into Bueno. Bueno top of the key. Directing traffic, hands it off to Wendell. Wendell back to Fritzie. Fritzie swings it back to Wendell. Long three on the way. Off the front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Fritzie. Kicks it back out. Another three on the way. Bueno misses one. Long rebound. This one comes back to Shaw. Take it away. And the Vikings race down court. Shot is up, no good. Young Pryor has it. He puts it in on an offensive rebound after the missed shot by Casey Cody Jackson. Vikings lead 2-0 early. Bueno again, top of the key. Left-handed pass, gives it off there to Shaw. Shaw drives down the middle, floats it up, and the foul. Little floater from inside the lane, and the foul is going to be called on Young Pryor. His first, and the first foul of the ball game. That will put Justin Shaw at the free throw line. First free throw by Shaw is on the way. No good. Rims in and out. Shaw out of Memphis, Missouri. Second free throw also no good. So Shaw misses both free throws. And here come the Vikings. Brazil off to Watson. Back to Brazil. He's hit a couple of threes. Young Pryor leaves it now for Cochran. Cochran on the right side. Back out front to Watson. Splits the double team. Drives in left side. Flips up with the right hand. No good. And the rebound pulled down by Benabid. Thibaut Benabid with the rebound. And a foul is going to be called to the back court on Cochran, his first second team foul. And I think Coach Lance saying, why? 65 feet away from the basket, you want to pick up that foul. Bueno leaves it now for Shaw. Back out to Bueno. Bueno tries to drive right side, kicks it back to the left wing. A three on the way. That shot is no good, but an offensive rebound by Wendell. The shot was taken by Fritzie, their leading scorer, 12.5 a game. Now Wendell works it baseline to Benabid. Kicks it back out front for Shaw. Shaw, who almost walked with it. 5 on the shot clock. Bounces it into the corner. 3 ball on the way. Good. A fadeaway in the corner, Wendell. And a 3-2 Cougars. Casey Cody Jackson off to Watson. Now Brazil, top of the key. Gives it off to Cochran. Back to Watson. Watson leaves it for Cody Jackson. Brazil tries a three. It won't go. Offensive foul is going to be called. And if that's on Pryor, that's number 2. So quickly the second foul on D'Angelo Young Pryor, and he'll have to check out. And that puts Alonzo Williams, Kansas City, 6'5" senior, into the contest. Bueno works it into the forecourt. Leaves it off for Shaw. Back to Bueno, ball in backcourt, picked up by Williams. Alonzo takes it in for the jam. A mistake by the Cougars turns into 2 for the Vikings, 4-3. Wendell into the forecourt. Bueno, top of the key, working against Cochran. Now dumps it down low to the big guy. His shot no good, but a foul on Brazil. They took it inside to Benabid, and he was fouled from behind by Brazil. His first, and already 4 fouls on the Vikings. Benabid is out of France. He's a left-hander. First one is good. So the Cougars now 1 out of 3 from the line. And this game is tied at 4, and Benabid gives the Cougars the lead. 5-4. Cougars with the lead. We're just underway. We've played about 3 minutes. High post to Brazil. Long three. Cody Jackson rattles it home from the right side. He let it fly, and he knew it was good from the moment it left his hand. 7-5 Valley. Out front to Fritzy. Now back to Shaw. Shaw bumped by Watson. They kick it into the corner. Free throw line. Dumping it underneath. Layup good by Fritzy. It may have been partially blocked by Alonzo Williams. Off to Watson. Watson forces his way in the lane and is going to be fouled, and the foul is on Bueno. That's the first foul on the Cougars. Tremont Moore from Chicago checking in for the Vikings. And Brazil's going to take a break. Valley up 7-5 with the ball. Underneath. Moore inbounds. Now to Cochran, top of the key. Cochran leaves it off to Cody Jackson. Back out front to Moore. Moore bounce pass underneath to Williams. Alonzo turns. 12-foot fade away. Rattles in. Alonzo Williams has 4, and the Vikings up 9-5. Fritzy off to Shaw. Shaw back out front to Wendell. Here's a pass underneath. They get it to the big Frenchman, and he scores again as Benabid got that one to go down. That's his first bucket. 9-7. Cochran out front to Alonzo Williams. Long three. Cody Jackson rolls another one in. That thing went around and around and around and went in. 12-7, Vikings by 5. Shaw gives it out front now for Wendell. Wendell starts to go one-on-one around a screen by Benabid. Bueno fakes the three. Shaw has it. 14 on the shot clock. Shaw inside the lane. He was fouled. Watson trying to officiate, say the travel, but the foul is going to be called on Alonzo Williams. And that's already the 5th foul. Cameron Boyd comes in for the Vikings. Cassius Bell, 6'5" junior, checks in for the Cougars. Bueno will inbound it. American Midwest Conference. Columbia College belongs to that, and the Vikings, the Heart of America Conference. Top of the key, a three is good. That's Jack Fritzy, and boy, that's a good-looking shot, 12-10. Tremont Moore, top of the key. Gives it on now to Boyd. Boyd works top of the circle off to Cody Jackson. Jackson back to Moore, hands it to Boyd. Boyd, right side, hooks a pass back to Moore. Moore's going to try about a 14-footer off the heel of the rim. Rebound, Shaw. Shaw quickly finds Bueno. Bueno, no-look pass underneath. Now they'll give it back out to Shaw. Shaw driving that baseline. He's free, gets it inside. Here's a strong move off the glass, and that is good by Adam Menemeyer. Menemeyer scores, and we're tied at 12. That's 5 straight points for the Cougars. Darrell Watson, Cody Jackson, back out to Moore. He's going to try another one. This one rolls in and out. Rebound, Shaw. Shaw gives it off to Bueno. 5-0 run by the Cougars. They have the ball. Fritzy leaves it for Bell. Back out front to Menemeyer. Long three. Good. It's an 8-0 run. Menemeyer buries the triple. And it is an 8-0 run, and it's 15-12. Cougars grab the lead. I want to remind you, coming up Saturday, football game at 1:30, Benedictine in town. That'll wrap up the season for the Vikings, and it is a must-win for Benedictine if they have on any chance to get into the playoffs. You can hear the broadcast on KMMO Radio and watch all the action on the Viking Sports Network starting at 1 o'clock. Then we'll have a couple of basketball games for you. The women's game, Clark University at Valley at 5:30. You can watch that one on the Viking Sports Network. And we'll follow that with a men's contest. So a triple header for you on Saturday. Also Saturday, men's wrestling. Valley will be at the Grandview Open in Des Moines at 9. And Sunday, the women's wrestling, the Missouri Valley Open at the Burns Center. And that gets underway at 9 o'clock. And that's one of the top women's college wrestling tournaments in the country. So a lot happening in Valley sports this weekend. 8-0 run by the Cougars. Vikings down 15-12. As Cameron Boyd into the forecourt. Ball tipped, but it goes to Moore. Off to Watson. Watson, the left-hander, between the legs with a dribble. Now works underneath to Moore. Tremont tries to turn inside the lane, and he is fouled on the way up by Bueno, and that's his second foul. 2 fouls on the Cougars, both on their starting point guard. And so Kyle Lang, a 6-foot junior out of Mason City, Iowa, will come in. Watson going to leave now. And in for the Vikings, Cameron Hare out of the state of Louisiana, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Boyd will inbound it, looks, gets it into Hare. Hare just into the contest, cranks a 3, doesn't go. Moore keeps it alive, cannot save it. It goes into the Viking cheerleading section, and it'll belong to the Cougars, who have scored 8 straight. 14 minutes to go in this first half. Kyle Lang, top of the key, Fritzy. Now Shaw drives left side, kicks it into the corner. Fritzy, another 3, bang! 11 straight points now by the Cougars, and it's 18-12. Boyd, top of the key, off to Alonzo. Williams goes inside. Good strong move. Shot no good, however, by Tremont Moore. Good move, missed the 4-footer. And the rebound comes down to the Cougars. Here's Lang. They're on an 11-0 run. Shaw, top of the key. He's going to try a 3. It's no good. The rebound pulled down by Moore. Quickly gives it off to Boyd. Boyd, free throw line, takes it underneath. Gives it there to Allen. Allen off to Williams. Alonzo loses the dribble, picks it back up. Top of the circle, that is Deuson Allen. Now the ball taken away. The Vikings lose that one. Here's Fritzy, top of the key, better watch him. Loses the dribble, gives it out front for Menemeyer, and now the Vikings take it away and a foul on Menemeyer. First foul on Menemeyer, 3rd team foul on the Cougars. Mason Schlotzauer, Pilot Grove will come in for Alonzo Williams. 18-12. Cougars with a lead. They've scored 11 straight. Cameron Boyd across the timeline. Man-to-man defense by the Cougars. Schlotzauer out front. Tremont Moore. They'll leave it now for Boyd. Almost walked with it. Schlotzauer swings it around to Hare. Hare looks for a shot. Not there. Moore, free throw line. 15-footer. Got it. Breaks the 11-0 run. Tremont Moore knocks it down. They gave him the 15-footer, and he hit that one. 18-14. 4-point Cougar lead. Kyle Lang against the Viking man-to-man. Works it to the right side. Leaves it there for Bell. Bell baseline. Menemeyer top of the key. 3 ball is short. Ball comes away to Hare. Hare wants to lead the break and tries to fire it down court. Getting in the passing lane and knocking it out of bounds. Cassius Bell. It'll be Viking ball. Vikes will inbound on the far side. Good crowd here again tonight. Had a great crowd for the Hannibal Grange game, and more of the same tonight. Big crowd. Pass underneath to Tremont Moore. Or rather this time, shot is up. No good by Allen. Allen turned to the free throw line, missed that one. And it's 18-14. Cougars with the lead and the ball. Fritzy, top of the circle. Works it to the left side. Gives it off there. Driving inside the lane. Little jump hook, no good. Offensive rebound by the Cougars. Back out for 3, and this one is good. That one was taken by Wendell, his second triple, and it's 21-14. It all started with an offensive rebound. Schlotzauer, top of the seat. Off to Hare. Now to Boyd. They'll look down low. Spin move, Tremont Moore, too strong off the glass. Gets his own miss and puts it back in. Good hustle. Tremont Moore has 4. 21-16, Vikings down by 5, 11-11 to go. Fritzy working, here's a long shot off the glass, spins in and out, taken by Bell, no good. Foul is going to be called, I believe, on Menemeyer. He didn't like the call, but as the rebound came down to Cameron Boyd, he fouled him. So Menemeyer picks up his second. That's the 4th team foul. Hare will check out. Boyd comes out. Cochran is back in. Cody Jackson comes back in. Allen stays on the floor along with Schlotzhauer and Moore. Vikings ball down by 5, 21-16. Cody Jackson, top of the key to Moore. Looks for Cochran, hands it to him on the weave out front. Cochran gives to Schlotzhauer. Schlotzhauer back out front to Moore. Now to Allen. Cochran underneath the Moore. Ball tipped away and taken away by the Cougars. A Viking turnover. Fritzy, top of the key. Dump the pass down low. Drive it inside. Shot is blocked by Moore. He went up and blocked the shot by Benabede. Cochran the other way. Casey Cody Jackson has a couple triples. Gives it off Schlotzhauer. Long three. Nope, too strong. Rebound Tremont Moore, 15-footer. Instead, he dumps it underneath to Allen. His teardrop missed it from 2 feet. Gets it back. He is fouled on the way up. Missed the first one, stayed with it, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is on Bell, his first. So Deuceon Allen will shoot free throws here. 21-16, 10:09 to go in the first half. Deuceon Allen at the line. Where's number 34? First free throw rattles out, no good. That was the first free throw taken by the Vikings. Allen's out of Chicago. Cassius Bell will come out now. Shaw back up. Cougars. Allen will have another one, and this one is good. So he gets his first point. 21-17, Valley down by 4. We're halfway home in the first half. Fritzy, top of the key. Works it to Shaw. Shaw driving that right side, double team. Kicks it back top of the key to Fritzy. They'll swing it around to the left side. Go baseline. Back out to Shaw. Shaw, free throw line, stops, kicks it top of the key. High arching three, won't go. Tipped up and in, however, by Benabede. Benabede has 4. Offensive rebound, tip in. 23-17 off the miss by Kyle Lang. Cochran, left side, back out front. It goes to Allen. Now to Cody Jackson. Schlotzhauer, top of the key. Leaves it for Cochran. 9:27 to go, first half. 11 on the shot clock. High post Moore, turns, faces, goes in on Benabede, scores! Offensive foul. Offensive foul on Moore. That's the 6th foul for the Vikings. And that is the under 10-minute media timeout. We'll step aside as well. 23-17, Columbia College with a lead over the Vikings.
Barnes running side by side, leaves it for Barnes. Barnes can't handle it cleanly, but there's Smith in front, behind the back.
Cougars up by 6. Shaw top of the key. Gives it to Fritzy. Fritzy swings it around to the left side, back to Shaw. Vikings playing some zone now. They've moved in that zone defense. Shaw into the corner. Driving inside the lane, trying to dump it off, and the ball taken away. Knocked away by Brazil, taken away by Williams. Alonzo Williams off to Cochran. Cochran, top of the circle, 23-16. Cody Jackson on the right side. Drives that baseline, takes it all the way underneath the basket. Gives it off to Brazil. Shot won't go, but he's fouled. He'll shoot 2. And that foul is going to be called on Kyle Lang, his first. Daryl Watson will check back in for the Vikings. Tavius Brazil out of Boonville at the free throw line. Where's number 33 on that orange Viking uniform? Free throw is no good. Valley now just 1 out of 3 from the line. Brazil looking for his first point of the contest. Sotzauer will check out. Watson back in. Bueno comes back in with the 2 fouls. Thomas Brock, the head coach in his first year at Columbia College. Brazil has another free throw, and this one's on the way and good. Tavius 1 out of 2, Vikings 2 out of 4. Valley shooting 41%, 42% for the Cougars. Shaw working against Cochran. Out front, Fritzy. Now to Bueno. High post, Shaw. Turnaround 15-footer. Rattles in. Justin Shaw's first point. And it's 25-18. Cochran walks it across the timeline. Right side, Cody Jackson. Out front, Brazil. Trying to get it to Watson. Good man-to-man defense by the Cougars. Cody Jackson, top of the key. Drives right side, leans in off to Brazil. Puts the ball on the floor, puts up a shot, won't go. Bueno saves it. Partially blocked, I believe, by Benabid. Bueno. And the Cougars have the basketball. Under 8 minutes to go in the half. They lead by 7, 25-18. Shaw into the corner. Back out front, Fritzy. Bueno. Fritzy, top of the key. Against this zone. Shaw, baseline. Benabid, short jumper, no good. Rebound, Watson. He wants to lead the break. Cougars get back. Watson off to Cody Jackson. Fakes the 3 to Cochran. Cochran will launch a 3. It's off the heel of the rim, no good. Good offensive rebound. Alonzo Williams. Reverse layup, good. Alonzo Williams, good effort on the offensive board and put it back in, 25-20. Bueno across the timeline, leaves it for Shaw. 7:20 to go in the half. Cougars up by 5. Work it off to the left side to Wendell. Back out front, Fritzy wide open for a 3. Spins it up, missed it. Ball tipped by Williams, but it comes all the way out to Wendell. Wendell now fires it in the corner to Shaw. Around Brazil, back to Bueno. His corner 3 is good, right side. Offensive rebounds. 28-20, an 8-point lead. Brazil to Watson. Out front, Williams. Cochran, right side. Cody Jackson, top of the key. Free throw line, leans in, has that one swatted out by Wendell. Right into the Viking cheering section. Good crowd here. A lot of the students, or some of the students, softball players, cheerleaders, the north end. In the bleachers, and the main bleachers pretty well full as well tonight. Out it comes to Brazil, top of the key, gives it to Cochran, 6:38 to go. Cochran, Darrell, Watson, top of the key. Here's a 3, Brazil hit it. He's good for at least 1 a game. 28-23, 5-point game. Bueno into the forecourt, working against Cochran. Off to Shaw. Shaw drives by Watson, left side in the lane. Tries to fire it out and does to Minnemeyer into the corner. Bueno tries it, no good. But another offensive rebound put back by Benabid. He now has 8. 30-23. Benabid averages 8.3 a game. Unforced turnover by the Vikings as Cochran trying to get the ball to Cody Jackson and threw it right by him. A 30-second timeout taken by Coach Lance. Missouri Valley College men's and women's cross-country teams completed at the 2019 Heart of America Athletic Conference Championships in Fayette last Saturday. The men's team finished 3rd, pair of runners in the top 15. Women's team placed 12th. Leading the men's team, DeMarcus Nunley. He placed 8th overall with a time of 26 minutes and 40 seconds. He earned a berth into the 2019 National Championships as an individual runner. This is the 4th year in a row that Nunley has represented Missouri Valley in the National Cross Country Meet, which will be held November the 22nd in Vancouver, Washington. So congratulations to Marcus Nunley and good luck in Washington next week. 30-23, Cougars with a lead. Chad Lance took that timeout. Cougars will have it after the turnover by the Vikings. Long pass from Menemeyer comes into Shaw, who hands it to Bueno. Jorge Bueno to Shaw. Shaw working right in front of us. Top of the key, Bueno. Bueno works around the screen. Now he's going to launch a three. It won't go. Rebound, Hume. Pulled away by Watson. He wants to lead the break. Blows through a double team and throws it away. In a hurry, nowhere to go, and a turnover, and Bueno has it. Now back to Shaw. Shaw, double team. Stops, fires it underneath, and it goes out of bounds off of Benabede. So it'll be Viking ball, a turnover. Let's see, 6 turnovers for the Vikings, 5 turnovers for the Cougars. Vikings shooting 41%, the Cougars 42%. Valley 9 out of 22, the Cougars 11 out of 26. 30-23, Boyd back in, Cameron Boyd. He is the point right now, and he'll work top of the key around the screen by Tremont Moore. Off to Williams. Williams, Cody Jackson. Now Schlotzauer. Cody Jackson right side. Back to Williams. He'll try a three top of the key. Hit it! How about Alonzo Williams? 9 points now. 30-26. Valley back within 4. 4:55 to go in the half. Bueno leaves it for Menemeyer. Now to Shaw. Shaw holds it high above his head. Goes top of the key. Now they give it back to Bueno. Bueno, man-to-man defense against Cody Jackson. Leaves it for Menemeyer. Skip pass into the corner. Left side. Shaw back around to Bueno. Menemeyer top of the key. Takes the free throw line. Cut off in the lane. Taken away by Cody Jackson. Cody Jackson streaks down the middle all the way. Misses the shot. Schlotzauer follows it home. Schlotzauer with the field goal, and the Vikings back within 2. It's 30-28. Missouri Valley back within 2. 30-28, lead to the Cougars. Let's take a break on the Viking Sports Network. One of the big events on the academic calendar, Missouri Valley College, the MVC Student Research Symposium. That's coming up Monday, December the 9th, from 9 to 5 in the Malcolm Center for Student Life on the Valley campus. This is a professional opportunity for students to share their academic, professional, and creative work with the others on campus and in the community. Participation in the symposium gives students experience in presenting work in a formal setting, gives them another line on the resume, and gets them recognition from MVC faculty and colleagues. Presentations include essays, original films, research projects, posters, creative work such as drama, music and dance, all the way to capstone projects and senior thesis. It also includes the North 65 Film Festival, and that is quite an event. That'll take place at the Eccleston Mabee Theater on campus. Everyone's invited to attend the MVC Student Research Symposium, Monday, December 9th, from 9 to 5 inside the Malcolm Center for Student Life and in the Eccleston Mabee Theater on the Missouri Valley College campus in Marshall. For more information, contact MVC professors Jennifer Livengood and Claire Schmidt. We're back to action. Here's a lob underneath. Trying to get it to Benabede. Knocked away by Schlotzauer. However, it goes out of bounds. It'll still belong to the Cougars. 4:17 to go in the first half. Bueno will inbound for the Cougars, who lead by 2. Fires it out high to Shaw. Shaw gives it to Menemeyer. He drives free throw line underneath. Layup is no good, but a foul. As Benabede put up the shot, it was short, but I think Tremont Moore, they're going to call the foul on Schlotzauer, I guess. Kind of tugging on him a little bit to keep him on the floor. So Benabede will shoot a couple of free throws. He's 2 for 2 from the line, has 8 points. The big left-hander knocks the first one down. And it's 31-28. At halftime, we'll talk college admissions to Missouri Valley College and also about college softball, so stay tuned for those interviews. Second free throw good, and that puts Benabede in double figures at 10 with 4 minutes to go in the half. Moore hands to Schlotzauer, off to Boyd. Boyd hook pass underneath to Moore. Moore in the lane, loses it, picks it back up, little jump hook, got it. Hit the front of the rim and rolled in. That's 6 now for Moore, 6'5", senior out of Chicago. 32-32 point Cougar lead. Shaw holds it high over his head, gives it back out front to Wendell. Wendell to Bueno. Bueno guarded by Casey Cody Jackson around a screen. Dumps it off to Shaw. Shaw brings it free throw line. Looks inside, nobody there. Now taken away by Cody Jackson. Casey Cody Jackson has it stripped from him, and then the Cougars dive for it, trying to save it in the corner and can't do it. Cody Jackson with a steal, knocked away from him, but the Cougars couldn't save it. Fritzy going to come back in for Thomas Brock's club. 32-30. Casey Cody Jackson the inbound, gets it into Moore. Moore turns, faces the basket, back into the corner. Cody Jackson might have got away with a little bit of a push. Now back to Boyd. Boyd out front, Cody Jackson. 15 on the shot clock, 3:18 to go first half. Into Alonzo Williams, sticks it in the lane, his 12-footer, good! Alonzo Williams, 11 points. We're tied at 32. Bueno working against Boyd into the forecourt. Now hands it off to Shaw. Shaw working left side, cut off there by Schlotzauer. Almost taken away by Cody Jackson. Now he does take it away from Fritzy. Long pass ahead and throws it away. Excellent defense by Cody Jackson, but as he's trying to get that down pass down court, he led Williams too much. Couldn't get to it. Oh, and the Vikings would have had an easy layup. Or possibly a dunk. We're tied at 32. For the Vikings now, that's turnover number 8. 32 all, 2:47 to go. Vikings did trail by 8 at one time in this half. After leading by 5, Fritzy goes baseline, blocked from behind by Moore. Comes away to Schlotzauer. Now gives it off to Cameron Boyd. Long pass ahead to Moore. Moore, head and shoulder fake, puts it in. Vikings regain the lead. 8 points for Moore. Vikings have regained the lead now, 34-32. Fritzy off to Wendell. Underneath Menemeyer, working against Williams. Kicks it underneath to Fritz. Back out Bueno for 3. Nope, not this time. Rebound Casey Cody Jackson. He'll bring it up the right side. Fire a pass across the zone to Moore. Moore spins in the lane, puts it up, has it blocked. Ball loose on the floor. It's picked up by Bueno. Bueno, no look pass. Layup good. On the give and go by Bell. Cassius Bell gets the bucket. We're tied at 34. 1:52 to go in the half. Zone defense by the Cougars. Let's see how the Vikings handle this. Schlotzauer for 3. Got it! Left wing. Mason Schlotzauer buries a triple. He has 5. 37-34. Valley by 3. Wendell right in front of us, in front of the Viking bench. Across the drive left side, cut off by Schlotzauer. Now Williams takes that defensive assignment. Fritzy for 3. No, not this time. Rebound, Casey Cody Jackson. Stripped to the ball by Bueno. Puts it up, missed it. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by Boyd. Boyd gets it ahead to Casey Cody Jackson. Loses it, but Boyd picks it up. 1:09 to go. That was a lot of action right underneath the basket. 37-34 Vikings. Late first half. We're in the final minute. 14 on the shot clock, 56 on the game clock. Schlotzauer into the corner. Schlotzauer fakes the long 3. Now gets around the screen with 5 on the shot clock. Into the corner, Cody Jackson has to put up the shot. Schlotzauer hits it. No, it was waved off. He missed the shot. It hit the front of the rim. It was waved off because of the shot clock. Cochran in for Boyd. 37-34, Vikings by 3. Now Darrell Watson will come in. Boy, this job did a heck of a job for the Vikings. They were down by 8. This group came in. They did a heck of a job. Schlotzauer 5 points off that bench. That was big. Tremont Moore still out there, is he? Yep, he had 8 points. Still out there. Menemeyer with 36 seconds to go. Gives off to Cassius Bell, loses it. Here comes Tremont Moore in the lane. Going to be fouled by Bueno. If that's on Bueno, that's number 3. Let's check it. It is. starting point guard, has 3 fouls for the Cougars. That'll put Tremont Moore at the line. Allen going to come back in as well. Tremont shooting a couple free throws. First one no good. That's his first free throw of the year. Remember last year he struggled at the line. Misses the first one. Vikings 2 out of 5 from the free throw line, leading by 3. With 9. Then we'll talk about Vikings admissions and also Vikings softball coming up at the half. .38-34, Cougars going to run the clock down to 17 seconds. Shot clock obviously is off. So Kyle Lang will start to work now. Down to 8. Wendell, triple teamed out front, taken away by Watson. 3 seconds to go. Watson slips, falls down, and travels. He was going to stop and pop a long 3, slipped on the floor. Now 0.4 seconds remaining, so not much time for the Cougars to do anything here. Vikings up 38-34. And they'll get it to half court. Shot is on the way, and it hit the front of the rim, but it's no good. 38-34, the Vikings led early. We're down by 8, and then they've come back to take a 4-point lead at the break. We'll give you all the statistics in just a bit. Vikings shooting 51%, in fact 52%, and the Cougars 39%. I had a chance earlier in the week to visit about the admissions program at Missouri Valley College. My guest is Jess Green. She's the Assistant Director of Admissions at Missouri Valley College, and we want to talk about the admission process. But first of all, Jess, you're a graduate of Missouri Valley. You're working here now, so this is kind of home to you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I graduated in 2007, and I've been working in the admissions office ever since.
I want to talk to parents is what we want to do in this interview, especially if you have a young student who's a junior or senior, and we're going to talk about the process. So, Jess, if you just can, when should students start this process?
Well, for seniors, you should definitely be starting now. It's never too late to start. So as a junior, if you fill out the application and send in test scores, that's perfectly fine for us. But seniors need to be filling out FAFSA, and you can fill out the FAFSA and submit it to any college that you're looking for. Even if you do just Missouri Valley, if you decide that you want to go to another institution, you can just re-add their code and submit it. So it's definitely a document that you want to fill out for anything.
All right, so the first thing is to begin this process, to have all of that. Tell me a little bit about the FAFSA.
So the FAFSA is just a federal document you're going to fill out. It's free. So if you go to a website that's making you pay, click out of it because the one that you really need to submit is the free one. It basically just lets the school what kind of financial aid you'll be receiving that will help pay for their schooling.
All right, and I imagine you want to do that now. You don't want to wait till the last minute to try to fill these forms out.
Right. For the FAFSA, you can start filling it out October 1st, and then you really, if you live in the state of Missouri, you want to fill it out before February 1st, just because it will, hopefully you'll able to get Missouri State Grant, which is about $2,000 more if you're able to get Missouri State Grant. So if you're eligible for it, it's just extra money that the state of Missouri is giving to you.
But that has to be filled out by the 1st of February?
Yep, it's between October 1st and February 1st.
Okay, so that could be another $2,000 for you. So juniors and seniors, you can start the admission process, but the seniors are what we're talking about right now. Also, how about the transcripts?
So first you want to fill out the application, and then you want to send us your transcripts. Our application is free on the website, so you don't really have to submit any payment with it or anything. But to send in your transcripts, you usually will just go to your high school guidance counselor, and she can email them to us. And then we'll also need test scores, so ACT, SAT. To get you accepted, we don't really need the official documents, but after you're accepted and you get enrolled, we definitely need the officials. But just to get the ball rolling a little bit quicker, we can accept you off of the unofficial documents.
Again, you said with FAFSA there is a free site. They need to go to that site. Is that what you said?
Yep, it's an edu.gov site, so that's the one you want to go to just because it is free and it's secure, so it's going to be safe to put all your information in.
Okay, and remember, have this done by February 1st. There may be some more money. What should parents do right now to help their students in this process?
Definitely help them get all the information together, because a lot of them don't realize they have to go to their counselor to get their transcript, or filling out the FAFSA is going to be the big one, because you do have to have parent information on it. It's going to ask for their parents' tax information, which the student really never has. So as long as they just help them with that, that's going to be the best thing for a parent to do.
All right, Jess, we also want to talk about the Drive 45 scholarship, and that's for any young man or woman within 45 miles of Marshall. This is quite a deal.
Yep, so the Drive 45 scholarship is for the high schools that are in the 45-mile range of Missouri Valley College. So a student will have to live off campus. So they don't necessarily have to live at home. They can live in an apartment with some friends, but they just can't live on campus because it's a commuting scholarship. So a student would have to pay $8,200 for the year. So that's going to be fall and spring semester. The total amount would be $8,200. Wow. So, and that's even without financial aid. So if a student is eligible for a FAFSA and they get Missouri State Grant and full Pell, they could potentially be paying $5 to come to Missouri Valley. So
that is incredible. So if you're within 45 miles of Marshall, certainly take a look at that, the Drive 45 scholarship. Jess, I know we're here in the first part of November. People think, oh, I have time to do this, but don't wait, right?
Yeah, it definitely sneaks up on you. So I would fill it out as soon as you sit down and have some time to do it, because the more longer you put it off, you're going to be, oh, man, I missed the deadline and things like that. So it definitely sneaks up. So I would say sit down and fill it out as quick as you can.
Movell.edu, all these forms are easy, or all these sites are easy to find. And if they have questions, they can probably give you a call as well, can't they?
Yep. Our office is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30. So.
Jess Green, she's the Assistant Director of Admissions at Missouri Valley College. Get that process started right now. I want to visit for a few moments with Jason Markham in his second year as the softball coach at Missouri Valley College. And, Coach, second year here, I know recruiting your own players is a big part of it, and you're certainly getting that done now, aren't you?
We are. Really, really busy in that process. It was a long summer going out and finding right fits for not just our softball team, but this whole Valley community here.
Yeah, when you go recruiting, there are a lot of good players in this state, but I know places like California are really just a hotbed for high school softball.
It is, and it's not so much that the talent is so much better, it's that they play with and against better competition more routinely, and they're playing year-round. And a lot of those kids out there, you know, they just come with a different mindset here. They want to win, they expect to win, and they know what it takes to do that, to get to that point.
Now, when you took over this program a year ago, it did not have a lot of success the year before that. And I think last year we did see a lot of improvement, didn't we?
I think so. But changing culture is not an overnight process, and I foolishly learned that in the process. I kind of come in with rose-colored glasses on and hit it running, doing my normal Jason Markham self. And I learned some lessons along the way that's going to make me a better coach down the road.
It's tough to change that culture, that mindset sometimes, isn't it? What do you do to try to change that?
We build our program on mutual respect of each other and trust. And people aren't just going to give you their trust overnight. And, you know, it's been a process. And we're still not totally there. But you're starting to see the cracks in some of our players' armor, and they're starting to really get that, you know, Coach Janish and I are here for them.
Yeah. You have a new assistant coach this year. Tell me a little bit about him.
Kevin has been around the game probably 20 years now at the collegiate level, been a head coach at multiple stops, has 300 wins under his own belt. So he has been a huge asset, not just to me, but to the team as a whole. And he just brings that winning, recipe with him.
He can sing too. He sang the anthem with a basketball game. He's multi-talented.
He's got that voice. He's really good. He's very multi-talented.
He really is. What do you look for in a recruit? I see you, whether it's in the cafeteria with parents and players that you bring on campus, or when you go out. I know you're going to California, other places to recruit. What are you looking for in the young ladies you're going to bring in here?
Number one, they've got to be good human beings, respectful of their parents. Q, if they can't respect their parents, how can they ever respect us as coaches? Mm-hmm. So I look at that dynamic first, and then we look at the other tangibles and the many intangibles that go with the picture.
I notice at basketball games and other sporting events, you always have a group of your young ladies together at those games.
We preach cohesion. We preach team concept, team, and I want my kids to be selfless servants. I don't want them to be selfish individuals. I want them to be selfless servants, not just here at the school, but when they go out in the community and they go on out in life.
Mm-hmm. And I've noticed grade point average, you have some pretty good students here. As a team, the softball team does quite well.
We had 11 NFCA Academic All-Americans last year and 8 on the NAIA side. And the difference being the two awarding bodies have different criteria as far as residency at the school. But 11 was a huge number for us. That's 3 cumulative GPA of 3.5 or above. So we've got kids that are taking care of business in the classroom, and that's what's most important here.
Yeah. All right. As far as the softball itself, then, what's the schedule? Anything going on? What are you doing this fall or anything, or when can you get started?
We had a great fall. Went sick. Well, you can't talk about records in the fall because it's not official, but had a much better fall this year. Much more production. And, in unofficial games, we won a lot more than we did last year. But we're not come spring, we're not running from anybody. We're not hiding from anybody. We open at St. Ambrose in the Dome against 3 teams that won 30 or 35 ball games last year. So that's what gets us ready to play in this uber competitive Hart Conference, because this is big-time softball here.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I was going to ask you about that next. When you get into this conference schedule, you better be ready, right?
Every day. There is no date on your calendar to include us last year. There is nobody on your calendar that you're just going to look at and say, I'm going to go win 2, because you got to bring it every single day.
Last year was a little difficult with the weather. We can't do anything about Mother Nature, but you had a lot of games you couldn't play and a lot of games packed into a very short schedule.
I would love to have those 9 games back, but weather is always an issue here in the Midwest. But I'm hoping and praying, because we're due for a mild spring this year.
Coach, I think a lot of optimism about this team going into the 2020 season.
It's just yes, but we have to be realistic. We're just trying to be a little bit better today than we were yesterday, a little bit better this season than we were last season, and just really build on a good structural foundation here for the future.
Well, good luck as you build this program. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have Jason Markham. Also heard from Jessica Green. We appreciate them taking the time to join us on the Viking Sports Network. We are at the half. 4 minutes remaining in the halftime before we get to the second half of play, and time to take a look at some of the statistics of the first half. The Vikings shot 51.7%, or 48%, 14 out of 29. 52% for Columbia College, 22 out of 47. Valley, 4 out of 14 from beyond the arc, 28%. A little bit better, Columbia College. They're 4 out of 11, 36%. Free throws, the Vikings, 81%, 9 out of 11 there. And the Cougars from the free throw line, they were 4 out of 6, according to the official stats here. The individual leading scorer for the Vikings was Alonzo Williams. Alonzo had 11 points to lead the way. Casey Cody Jackson had 6, and Mason Slotzauer had 5. Tebow Benabede had 10 points to lead the Cougars in that first half, and Jack Fritchie added 6. Adam Medemeyer, coming off the bench, had 5. So those are the leading score. Turnovers, Valley had 10, Cougars had 10. Rebounding, 19 rebounds for the Vikings, 15 for the Cougars. So everything pretty well even in that first half. The volleyball conference tournament continuing. And in the first round on Saturday, Grandview knocked off Benedictine. It was Mount Mercy over Evangel. Clark defeated Mid-America Nazarene, and then CMU over Peru. So tomorrow in the semifinals, women's volleyball, Grandview will host Mount Mercy. That's in Des Moines. And Clark will be in Fayette to take on Central Methodist. In soccer, Fayette's going to be a busy place tomorrow. They have 2 soccer matches. The men's semifinals were scheduled for today, but because of weather, they've been postponed to tomorrow. They were postponed to tomorrow. Central Methodist, the number 1 seed, will host Baker, and Grandview will host William Penn. So those matches, again, have been moved, I understand now, to tomorrow. And then the women's semifinals tomorrow. Central Methodist will host Evangel, so they'll have a triple header, a volleyball match and 2 soccer matches. And then Benedictine will go to Mid-America Nazarene in Olathe tomorrow. So the 2 women's semifinals, Central Methodist, Evangel, Benedictine, Mid-America Nazarene tomorrow. Then Saturday, the conference championship match will be held at the higher seed. Men, the same thing, CMU Baker tomorrow, Grandview William Penn. On Friday, then, they won't have much time off, but Friday, the 2 winners will play at the higher seed. And volleyball, Saturday night, the higher seed will host. So that's what's happening in postseason as far as volleyball and also in soccer. It's broadcast and copyrighted by the Mass Communication Department of the Communications, Humanities Human Service Division, Missouri Valley College, for private use of our audience. Any retransmission or the use of the content of the broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. Travel considerations by Elmer Ford in Marshall. All right, we're ready for the second half. Vikings lead it by 4, 38 to 34. Valley will come out with Cochran, Watson, Casey Cody Jackson, Brazil, and D'Angelo Young. Pryor had to sit most of that first half with a couple of fouls. Valley ball. Cochran to Brazil, top of the key, up by 6. Ball tipped away by Shaw. He was pleading with the official, said, come on, it was off Watson. Official said, nope. Ball's going to belong to the Vikings. Watson has not scored in this game. Darrell swings in the corner to Cody Jackson. Jackson, right corner, now back to Cochran, out top of the key. Cochran working against Bueno, who has 3 fouls. Brazil with 13 on the shot clock. Here's Watson. Out front, Cody Jackson. Left side, takes all the way to baseline, has the shot blocked, and 6 seconds to go. He tried to drive in on Benabede, and Benabede just said, not gonna get out of here. So 6 seconds with width to shoot. Watson takes it, goes baseline, puts up a floater from 10 and got it. First bucket for the left-hander, Darrell Watson. Vikings up by 6, 40 to 36. Here's a 3 the other way. Wendell hits it. Nobody on him. That's his 3rd triple, and he has 9 points. So quickly the lead back to 3, 40 to 37. Here's Watson off the front of the rim. Shot no good. Cougars have it, down by only 3. As they bring it into the forecourt, Fritchie. Now top of the circle to Shaw. Work it right side. Benabede back to Shaw. Fakes the 3. Goes right elbow. Back top of the key. Wendell, free throw line. 15-footer for the tie. Nope, he's down by 1. It's a 2. Thought maybe it was a 3. It's a 2. And so Wendell hits his first 2-point shot. He has 11. Just like that, it's a 1-point game again. Cody Jackson off to Cochran. Brazil top of the key. Brazil looks for Watson, gets it to him. Watson hooks a pass underneath Brazil. Little jump hook in the lane, won't go. Rebound, Benabede saves it along the baseline to Fritchie. Now the Cougars can take the lead. Fritzy, top of the key, fakes the three. Bueno. Wendell. Baseline. Benabid fires it back out for Shaw. Shaw drives left side, spin move, free throw line. Traveled with it. A traveling violation on Shaw. 40-39, Valley by a point and the ball. Cochran. Top of the key, man-to-man defense by the Cougars. Watson. Brazil top of the key, three ball, good. He's 2 for 2 from out there. Brazil has 7 points, 43-39. Valley with a lead. Cougars with the basketball. Wendell back to Fritzy. Inside the lane, throws it away, or was it tipped? The officials are going to confer here, and they're going to say it was tipped by one of the Vikings. Shaw will inbound. Valley up 43-39. Alonzo Williams getting ready to check back in. Here's Shaw, elbow right side, buries it. He has 4, 43-41. We've played 3 minutes of the second half. Cochran working against Bueno. Free throw line, kicks it back out. Brazil tries another one. He's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. 10 points for Tavius, 46-41. Well, keep feeding him. Here's Shaw, free throw line inside the lane. And now it's going to be an offensive foul on Shaw as he runs into and over Cody Jackson. Shaw picks up the foul, his first. 46-41. Watson checks out. Young Pryor checks out. Cochran, Brazil, Watson, Williams, Cody Jackson on the floor. Cody Jackson has the ball. Into the forecourt. Leaves it for Watson. Watson directing traffic. Takes it left side. Ooh, he bumps into one of the Cougars. Gets the ball back. Now to Cochran. Cochran to Cody Jackson. Muscles it in the lane with the right hand. Bounds around, won't go. Fritzy had the rebound. Took it away from Brazil. He'll hand it off to Bueno. Bueno races in all the way. Underneath. Benabid scores. Benabid, he is tough inside. He has a dozen. Slotzauer ready to come in. 16:50 to go. Watson underneath to Williams. Left hand misses the layup. Tries to tip it in. Gets it back. Scores. Alonzo stayed with it and got it. He has 13 and he may have pulled a muscle. Let's hope it's just a cramp. Alonzo Williams. Let's hope it's just a cramp on Alonzo on the baseline. The trainer's working with him there. Now, young Pryor checks back in. And they're going to take Alonzo Williams. They're helping him back to the table. And again, let's just hope it's just a cramp. But they're working with him behind the bench. Bueno leads it off to Wendell. Wendell off to Bueno. Bueno around the screen, top of the key, swings it into the corner. Here's a three on the way, rims in and out. Brazil with a rebound. As that three was missed by Cassius Bell. 15:45 to go. Cody Jackson, top of the key, leaves it for young Pryor. His shot won't go. Follows his own shot, picks it up, fires it out high. Vikings will reset. Cody Jackson for three. That one won't go. Long, strong rebound underneath Watson. Into the corner to Cody Jackson. He'll try it again. This one won't go. Ball to Brazil. He finally scores. 1, 2, 3, 4 shots and the Vikings score. Good offensive board work by Brazil and young Pryor. 50-43, 7-point lead. Bell into the corner. Now back to Bueno. He kicks it off. Shot outside is good, and that's Fritzy for a three. His third triple. He has 9. It's 50-46, and back and forth we go. Going to be just a 30-second timeout taken by Thomas Brock, so we'll keep it right here. Again, Saturday, big day. Benedictine at Valley to wrap up the football season. 1:30 kickoff, 1 o'clock pregame broadcast on KMMO radio, and you can also watch it on the Viking Sports Network. Then a couple of basketball games to start the conference season. Clark University in town, 5:30, 7:30 tip-off. You can watch both of those on the Viking Sports Network. Men's wrestling will be in Des Moines at the Grandview Open. And for the women's wrestling team, they're hosting the Missouri Valley Open here in the Barron Center. Starts at 9 o'clock on Sunday. To go. Lonzo Williams walks behind us. I think he just had a cramp, thank goodness. Well, he's had quite a ball game. Cody Jackson off to Young Pryor. Now Schlotzauer. Young Pryor top of the key. Leaves it off to Jacoby. Back out. Young Pryor tries to force into Schlotzauer. Mason goes down to the floor for it. Pull away from him by Menemeyer. Tie ball, possession to the Cougars. Fritzie will inbound. 14:41 to go. Women lost tonight to the Cougars. They're 1-2. Columbia College Cougar are 3-0 on the women's side. Bueno, he just handed the ball to Cody Jackson, just stripped him of it. Here comes Jackson off to Cochran. Cochran to Brazil. Brazil back out Cody Jackson off to Schlotzauer. Baseline pass to Young Pryor. Back to Brazil. 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. 53-46. The big guy firing up the trays tonight. Here's Bell, top of the key. He'll try a three. It won't go. Rebound. Cochran took it away from Fritzie. Cochran leads the break. Into the corner. Schlotzauer for three. No, just a little strong. Brazil kicks it out. Now Schlotzauer triple teamed off to Cody Jackson. Brazil couldn't get the rebound. He just tipped it out to Cody Jackson. 13:42 to go. Young Pryor to Jacoby Cochran. Back out. Young Pryor for three. That won't go. Rebound. Loose on the floor. Still loose. Now it's going to be picked up by Bell. For the Cougars, he loses the ball. Goes off one of the officials. Bell picks it up and gives it to Bueno. 53-46. Vikings with a lead. Bell. Fritzie leaves it for Bueno. Back to Fritzie. Baseline three. Air ball. Taken away by Brazil. The fans let him know about that one. Cameron Hare ready to come in for the Vikings. Cochran in front of the Viking bench. Launches a three. Got it! You don't think of Jacoby Cochran hitting the outside shot. The little point guard buried that one. Valley up by 10, their largest lead of the game. Timeout is going to be taken by Columbia College. 56-46. Valley with the lead. Let's take a timeout on the Viking Sports Network.
But the main focus on it is I am going to be the first person from my mother or my father's side of the family to attend a 4-year school and get a degree in a Bachelor's of Art in Mass Communications.
Caffeine. Most of us consume it every day in our coffee, energy drinks, certain foods, and even medication. People use caffeine in an array of health benefits to boost our energy, to lose weight, to focus, to help us get stronger. I'm Jayla Jackson, and I'm a student athlete at Missouri Valley College, and I took the task of conducting my own research on the effects of caffeine.
Don't forget that film festival, the North 65 Film Festival, coming up December the 9th, Eccleston Mabee Theater on the campus of Missouri Valley College. Everyone is invited. You will enjoy that event. That's part of the MVC Student Research Symposium going on Monday, December 9th. The Malcolm Center for Student Life and also Eccleston Mabee Theater. Timeout taken by the Cougars. They're down by 10 with the ball. Menemeyer, top of the key. Swings it to Wendell on the right wing. He's guarded by Schlotzauer. Now they try to force it inside, and the ball is knocked away by Cody Jackson. He just knocked it away from Benabid. Cody Jackson, free throw line. Off to Schlotzauer. Back to Hare. He'll try a three. Oh, that rims it and out. And the rebound is pulled down by Menemeyer, and he's going to be fouled. And let's see who the foul is on. It's on Cody Jackson, his first. That is the first foul on the Vikings this half. Cougars only with one foul, and we're 8 minutes in. So 56-46. Now a double dribble by Shaw. He was bothered by Cody Jackson and the double dribble. So the Vikings force a turnover. Young Pryor will inbound the ball. Into the backcourt to Cody Jackson. Young Pryor off to Schlotzauer. Mason holds it, gives it back to Cody Jackson. Now Hare, down low. Young Pryor, short jumper, no good. Brazil with an offensive rebound, put back. Brazil's had quite a ball game. 17 points, 58-46. Shaw backs his way across the line to Menemeyer. Now to Wendell. Underneath, Benabid muscles his way and misses the shot. Shaw with an offensive rebound, puts it back up, no good, but a foul. And that's the second on Casey Cody Jackson. Second foul in about the last minute. Vikings now shooting 46.9%, 23 out of 49, 40.5% for the Cougars, 17 out of 42. Desmond Funches is going to come in. Free throw good by Shaw. Funches. First time he's been in the action. As the first free throw is good by Shaw, who now has 5 points. Second one on the way. Got them both. So Shaw gets them both. 58-48, 11:40 to go. Watson back into the action. Leaves it for Schlotzauer. Hooks a pass underneath Brazil. Brazil underneath for the left hand. Scores again. Tavius Brazil, have a night. 60-48. Tremont Moore will get ready to come in. Shaw working against Hare. Back out front to Wendell. Now to Menemeyer, and a push and a hold on Young Pryor. That's his third. 11:15 to go, 12-point lead. Tremont Moore heads into the action for Tavius Brazil for a well-deserved rest. 17 points for Brazil. Young Pryor comes out with those 3 fouls. Alonzo Williams took care of that cramp, and he's back into the action as well. Funches, top of the key. Now to Wendell. Back out to Shaw. Shaw, spin move inside the lane. Throws it away. He spun in the lane and thought he was getting it back to Wendell and threw it into about the third row of the bleachers. Viking ball. Leading by 12. Glad you can be viewing on the Viking Sports Network wherever you're watching. We're glad to have you with us. More top of the key. Off to Watson on the weave out front. Watson tries to hook a pass underneath, and it's kicked by Bueno. Viking ball, 19 on the shot clock, 10:53 to go in the game. Valley up 60-48. Looking to even their record at 2-2. Schlotzauer to Watson. Watson to Moore. Back to Watson. Baseline. Moore, free throw line. 15-footer. No, not this time. Wendell with a rebound. Pushes to Bueno. Bueno gives it to Funches. Funches back to Menemeyer for a long three. No good. Rebound, Schlotzauer. Schlotzauer looks and finds Watson coming up the right side. Watson around the screen. Shot good. Baseline for Watson. He now has 4. Valley up by 14, their largest lead. Winding down to 10 minutes to go, and a foul on Watson. Right at midcourt. And that's the 4th team foul on the Vikings. 62-48. Funches will inbound the ball. Desmond Funches, 5'11" senior. He is from Dallas, Texas. Bueno. Wendell. 10 minutes to go. Benemeyer gets in the lane, puts up the shot. Partially blocked, gets it back, throws up a right-handed shot. No good, but he's fouled by Moore. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Second on Tremont Moore. Benemeyer has 5 points. First trip to the line. First free throw good. He'll have another one. And this one rolls off, no good. Good block out rebound, Alonzo Williams, as Benemeyer gets 1 out of 2. 62-49, under 10 minutes to go. Watson with a left-handed dribble out front to Williams. Now to Hare. Hare, elbow right side, stops the dribble, fires it baseline to Watson. Watson trying to go baseline, nowhere to go. Takes it all the way and scores. Oh, man, nowhere to go. And he just a quick step, went right around Benemeyer and laid it in. What a move by Watson. 64-59. Wendell into the forecourt, underneath. Here's Beneby, left-handed hook is good. He now has 14. 64-51. Down to 9 minutes to go. Moore off to Hare. Hare, Schlotzauer, top of the key. Around to Watson. Baseline Moore. Moore back to Watson. Fires a jumper. This one won't go. Rebound Funches. Funches wants to race up court with it. Fires a pass ahead to Benemeyer. Right side, spins inside the lane. He's stripped of the ball on the way up. It'll still belong to the Cougars underneath their own basket with 8:58 to go in the game. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Here will come out. Cody Jackson back in. And we do have a timeout. We'll step aside as well. 64-51. Vikings with the lead with 8:58 to go.
Imagine there are probably students who would never have gotten through Missouri Valley, would never have gotten through college if it hadn't been for Pam.
Sweet. Like, she's just a sweet person. She loves to help out.
This is it. This is it.
Barnes running side by side, leaves it for Barnes. Barnes can't handle it cleanly, but there's Smith in front, behind the back.
(64-51) Valley with the lead, 8:58 to go. Benemeyer will inbound underneath for the Cougars.
This way, Case.
Gives it into Beneby.
Coming out, zone.
Another Wendell. Wendell, here's a long three. Bueno misses the shot. Rebound Watson. Watson pushes it across the timeline with a left-handed dribble. Takes it to the left side, right in front of the Viking bench. Out to Schlotzauer. Schlotzauer, Casey Cody Jackson for 3, no good. In fact, it's an air ball. Long pass down as they get quickly to Wendell, he scores. Wendell took off as the shot was in the air. Once it was missed, he had an easy layup. 64-53, 11-point lead. 8:24 to go. Watson off to Schlotzauer. They dump it down low to Moore. Tremont in the lane. Underneath pass to Watson. Got it. Good job by the Vikings. Moore inside to Watson, who quickly has 8 points, and it's 66-53. Benemeyer. Wendell. 8 minutes to go. Wendell. Bueno. Now Funches. Back out front to Benemeyer, who hands it to Bueno. Bueno gives it to Benemeyer. He'll launch a three. Got it. Coming off the bench. Second three by him. He has 9 points. 66-56. 10-point game. 7:46 left. Schlotzauer out front to Moore. Moore leaves it for Watson. Drives left side. Oh, tried to get a pass to Williams. It's knocked away to Tremont Moore, and then he misses the 15-foot jump shot. Here come the Cougars. Another three, Benemeyer. This is a long three, no good. Benabid with a rebound. It's an 8-point game as he puts it back in. He now has 16 points, the 6'9 senior. 66-58. Now the Vikings are going to take a timeout. 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go. What was a 14-point lead is down to 8. And the Vikings will, I think it's just a 30-second timeout, I believe. So it's a 30-second timeout. Missouri Valley College men's wrestling student-athlete sophomore Elias Veoifi has earned his second straight Heart of America Athletic Conference Wrestler of the Week award. He led the Viking men's wrestling team of the Kaufman Brand Open, hosted by Maryville University in St. Louis. He's the number 7 ranked wrestler at 165 pounds, placed second in his weight class, defeating a pair of NCAA Division II opponents. Congratulations, Isaiah Veoifi, Missouri Valley. It's a second straight weekly award for him after earning the Heart Wrestler of the Week award last week after his first place finish at the CMU Open, finishing with a 3-0 record there. The Viking men's wrestling team will be back in action Saturday, competing at the Grandview Open in Des Moines, Iowa. So good luck to the Vikings. Timeout by Valley. Ball belongs to Valley. Here's a shot for the baseline. It's good. And that is D'Angelo Young. Pryor knocked it down. 69-58. He gets the triple. Big time for that shot by Young Pryor. Now the ball knocked away by Brazil. Ball loose on the floor, taken away by Brazil. And now I think a foul is going to be called. Let's see on whom. They're going to call the foul on Benabid, as Brazil had the ball, and then Benabid knocked it away from him, and I guess he grabbed him on the arm. Now Fritzy will come back in. 6:44 to go. Benabid with 3 fouls is going to leave. Well, they only have him with 1. That's right. Bueno has 3. Benabid just has the 1. 6:42 left. Valley up 69-58. Young Pryor tries to get it inside to Williams. Knocked away. Williams got it back. Forces a pass inside. Taken away. Now Schlotzhauer dives for the floor for it. Ball is loose. Picked up by Wendell. Wendell quickly to Funchie. He'll drive in right side. Off the glass. No good. Brazil with a rebound. Chad Lance says, slow things down a minute, fellas. Cody Jackson into the forecourt. Working that point. Williams out front to Pryor, underneath to Brazil, and Menemeyer fouled him. That's the 3rd, I believe, on Menemeyer. That's only the 3rd team foul on the Cougars of this half. Vikings have 5. Cassius Bell comes back in, replacing Menemeyer. He didn't like the call. Brazil will inbound. In it comes to Young Pryor in the corner. Left-handed dribble. Fires it out front. Remember, 20 seconds on the shot clock and you reset, so 11 seconds left on that clock now. As Cody Jackson drives in, hits the side of the backboard with that shot, and it's picked up by the Cougars. Bueno quickly into the corner. Long 3, air ball, but Fritchie gets the rebound. Gets it back. Lays it off the glass and good. Got it out to Bueno, right back to him. He scores. He has 11. 69-60, 5.5 to go. High post, Brazil. Williams tipped away from him. Williams gets it back, but another turnover. Here's Wendell, 2-on-1. Wendell, and they throw it away. An easy 2-on-1, and Bell cannot handle the high bounce pass. It goes out of bounds. That was a break for Valley. Watson will come in. Jacoby Cochran will come in. 5:21 to go. Well, they say the ball was tipped by the Vikings. All right. That's why he couldn't handle a pass. So Bueno will inbound it.
Step up a little bit, Tay. You got nobody. Step up a little bit.
If they knocked that pass away, and that saved an easy layup. Into the corner to Bell. Bell fires it out high. Here's a 3 on the way. This one is good by Wendell. His 4th triple, and here come the Cougars. Down by only 6. 5 minutes to go. It's a 6-point game. Jacoby Cochran gives it off to Brazil. Down to Alonzo Williams. Back to Brazil. Brazil takes it in the lane. Strong move with the left hand and scores. Tavius Brazil. 71-63. 4:51 to go. Wendell off to Bell in front of his own bench. Driving, Bueno out front to Wendell. Now Fritchie. Wendell, 11 on the shot clock. Here's Wendell, drives right side, double teamed, and I think fouled. That's going to be the 16th foul on the Vikings. Probably on Young Pryor, it is. And that's number 4 on him. So Tremont Moore's going to come back into the game. 4:30 to go, 71-63, Valley by 8. Into the corner to Fritchie. Double team, kicks it way out high. Gets it back, right side, launches a 3, won't go. Ball tipped up in the air, grabbed by Alonzo Williams. Alonzo looking for a guard. Gets it across the timeline. 4:13 to go, 71-63 Valley. Williams keeps that dribble alive, now off to Moore. Moore to Cochran. Cochran, top of the key. Stops, pops, just inside the three-point line. Off the front of the rim, no good. Wendell with a rebound, leaves it off of Bueno. Bueno pushes it up right side for the Cougars. Back out Wendell, long 3, not this time. Ball tipped up and in by Fritchie. Fritchie got that one to go. It's 71-65, back to a 6-point game. 3:40 to go. Cochran working against Bueno. They look inside for Brazil. Moore, top of the key. Williams can't get anything in there, so it go back out front to Watson, who hands to Cochran. 12 on the shot clock, 3:20 to 8 to go. Cochran drives left side, puts up a runner, it won't go, but he's fouled. He earned that one. Bruno picks up the foul. Bueno, that's his 4th foul, and he may take a shot. He's not feeling too well right now. He'll try to stay in there. Cochran at the line. First one, good. These are big free throws for Jacoby Cochran. The senior out of Fort Worth hits that one. 72-65, 3:23 to go. Casey Cody Jackson will come back in. Going to try to give Bueno a little bit of rest here. He took a shot on that foul. So we have a timeout, 72-65. Vikings up by 7. We'll take a timeout on the Viking Sports Network.
Barnes running side by side, leaves it for Barnes. Barnes can't handle it cleanly, but there's Smith in front, behind the back.
Jacoby Cochran has another free throw, hit the first one before the timeout. 3:23 to go, 72-65. Oh, that one rolled out. Couldn't get them both. 72-65, 3:18 to go. Pass comes into Funches. Back out to Bueno. Vikings playing man-to-man defense here. Baseline, kick it out. Here's a shot on this baseline. It's good for 3. And that was Cassius Bell, and now it's a 4-point game with 3 minutes to go. Cochran into the forecourt, takes it free throw line. Dumps underneath to Brazil with a left hand and scores again. Nice pass, nice finish by Brazil. 74-68, 2:46 to go. Wendell leaves it to Funches. Funches guarded by Watson. A foul on Cochran, and that's going to be a 1-and-1. Cochran picks up his second foul, and that'll stop playing. It'll be a 1-and-1 now for Cassius Bell. Cochran to come out. Casey Cody Jackson's back in. Bell, not bad, 13 out of 14 from the free throw line. This is his first trip there tonight. Shooting a 1-and-1, and he missed it. Is only his second miss of the season. Valley up by 6 with the ball, 2:35 to go. Watson finds Casey Cody Jackson. Free throw line extended on the right side. Now back out to Alonzo Williams, who hands it off to Watson. Watson, free throw line, off to Moore. Tremont takes it strong inside the lane, puts it up, got it! Tremont Moore puts it up and scores. He has 11 points now, and it's 76-68. The Vikings now take the lead with 2:16 remaining in this contest. Missouri Valley College men's and women's cross-country teams competed at the 2019 Heart of America Athletic Conference Championships in Fayette. On Saturday, the men's team finished third, a pair of runners in the top 15. And we want to say congratulations to DeMarcus Nunley. He placed 8th overall with a time of 26 minutes and 40 seconds. Earned a berth in the 2019 National Championship as an individual runner. That's on November the 22nd in Vancouver, Washington. It is the 4th year in a row that DeMarcus Nunley has represented Missouri Valley in the National Cross Country meet. So certainly congratulations to him. And again, that meet takes place on November 22nd in Vancouver, Washington. So that will be interesting. For the Viking teams, here's the schedule coming up. Saturday at Clark University as we start conference play. A week from Wednesday, the Vikings travel to Peru, Nebraska to take on Peru State, and then be home the 23rd and 26th for home games against William Penn and Benedictine. So wow, what a start to the conference season for the Viking men and women. Here with 2:16 to go, 76-68. Vikings with the lead. Now they're going to put some pressure on in the backcourt. Vikings have 7 fouls, so the Cougars are in the 1-and-1. Cougars have only committed 4 fouls. 2 minutes to go. Valley up 76-68. Trying to take some time off this clock here. Here's Bell, knocked away by Watson. Bell picks it back up. Bueno drives left side, gets it underneath. Fritzy scores. They got it inside to Fritzy after the drive by Bueno, but it took time off the clock. 1:48 to go, 76-70. Underneath, wide open. Young Pryor gets the pass from Watson, lays it in. And it's 78-70 now, 1:39 to go. Wendell off to Bell, drives underneath, stops in the lane, kicks it back out for a 3. This one won't go. Rebound, Young Pryor. Now the Vikings can start taking some time off that clock. Leading 78-70 with 1:20 to go. Casey Cody Jackson into the corner to Watson. Throws it away, throws it right to Bell. 2-on-1 break. Bell all the way, layup good. Ooh, that was a big turnover for the Vikings and a timeout taken. Man, 1:09 to go. The Vikings just gave that one away with 1:09 left, 78-72. This will be a full timeout, so we'll step aside as well on the Viking Sports Network. 78-72, Valley with the lead. As you can see, Coach Thomas Brock talking to his club. That was a big turnover. Vikings still have a 2-possession lead with 1:09 to go. You have to take care of that basketball. Full court pressure put on by the Cougars. Brazil will inbound it. Gets it into Casey Cody Jackson. He's trapped in the corner. Stops. Gives it back to Brazil, who hands it off to Watson. Watson going to streak up court. Give it off to Alonzo Williams and throws it away. Oh, boy. 2 costly turnovers in a row. Wow. You can't afford that. So the pressure worked. Now the Cougars down by only 6. Bell has it. 53 seconds to go. Bell fakes the 3. Wendell fakes the 3. Back it comes to Bell. Cut off by Williams. Clock moving, 44 seconds. And now it's taken away by Brazil. That was a big turnover there. Vikings down with the ball. Here's Cochran's foul. That's only the 15th foul, however, on the Cougars. 36.8 seconds to go. Valley up 78-72. And the foul is going to be called on Fritzy, his first. Slotzauer in. Alonzo Williams has had a big game, is coming out. Menemeyer comes back in for the Cougars. What the Vikings want to do now is protect the ball. Brazil will inbound it. Has to get it in. Looks, and finds Cochran. And a timeout taken by the Vikings. Just under the 5-second count, so Chad Lance has to take a timeout. It's never easy getting through one of these, I'll guarantee you that. Let's take a look at some of the numbers during this break. The Vikings shooting 50%, 32 out of 64. The Cougars 44.3%, 27 out of 61. Valley 10 out of 20 from beyond the arc. 11 out of 33 are the Cougars. Vikings just 4 out of 8 from the free throw line. Cougars 7 out of 11. Both teams have 16 turnovers. Vikings lead the rebounding total 37 to 33. 23 of those defensive rebounds. Both teams have 14 offensive rebounds. Second chance points, 21 for the Cougars, 20 for the Vikings. Bench points, that's a big stat for the Vikings. They have 30 points off the bench to 16 for the Cougars, and much of that for the Vikings goes to Alonzo Williams. He has 13 of those points, and Tremont Moore has 11. So they are doing the job off the bench for the Vikings. Valley ball, 36.8 seconds remaining, up 78 to 72. Brazil will inbound. Young Pryor's on the court, along with Casey Cody Jackson, Jacoby Cochran, and Mason Slotzauer. Inbound, they get it inside to Jacoby Cochran. He's fouled immediately, but again, that's only the 6th foul. So the Vikings will have to do it again. Foul is on Funches, his first. The next one will put the Vikings in the 1-and-1. Now they'll inbound underneath. Vikings look to throw it long, not going to do that. They get it in to Young Pryor. He's fouled immediately by Fritzy. Well, now you have to hit free throws. Young Pryor will be at the free throw line. And he is 4 out of 8 on the year, only 50%. Brazil comes out now, 34.6. Hit one of these, you're in pretty good shape. But again, this is a 1-and-1. Young Pryor. Ooh, and he's going to get another one. If he misses, he hit it. And that would have been a lane violation anyway on Bell. So Pryor hit that one. That was a big one. He has 8 points. And misses that one, but it's a 3-possession game. 32 seconds to go. Long three on the way. No good. Rebound. Young Pryor fouled. And with 27.7 away, the Vikings are close to evening their record at 2-2. Not over yet. Larry Plummer, what a player he was for this team for a couple of years. Standing right in front of us. He's helping out as a RAD assistant this year, as is Bobby Collins. Both on this team last year. All right, Young Pryor back in the line. Shooting a 1-and-1. Eyes it, fires it, missed it. But it did take some time off the clock. But he's only 1 out of 3 from the line. 23 seconds to go now. 3-possession game. Vikings making him take some time. High arching three, spins in and out. Menemeyer had the rebound. It goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Cougars. Now only 15.5 to go. 79-72. Alonzo Williams will come back in. For defense, Jacoby Cochran is out. 79-72. Valley averages 60.7 points a game, so they like this offense. Here's Fritzie from the corner for three. Won't go. Rebound Slotzauer. And the Vikings are going to win this game. And now the Cougars back away on defense. So Cody Jackson will dribble it into the forecourt. Handshakes are underway. And it's a big win for Missouri Valley. They knock off the Columbia College Cougars 79-72. That is a big, big win for the Vikings. Well, Coach Chad Lance will join us here momentarily. We'll talk to him and give you a few statistics of this ball game. And again, remind you, the next action for the Vikings will be conference, as the Vikings will host Clark University. The women's game will start at 5:30 Saturday, followed by the men's contest. 79-72 is our final. The Vikings shot 50% from the field, 32 out of 64. Didn't shoot that well from the free throw line, just 5 out of 11. But after losing a couple of tough games at the Benedictine Tournament in Atchison, a nice way to come home and to win this game. Vikings now 3 of the next 4 will be at home, as they will host Clark on Saturday and then go to Peru a week from Wednesday and then be back home for a couple of home games against William Penn and Benedictine. So who knows, 3 out of 4 at home to start the conference season. Valley was led in scoring tonight by Alonzo Williams. He had 13. Tremont Moore had 11. But the guy in the middle, Tavius Brazil, had 23 points to lead the way. And what a night for Tavius Brazil. Coach Chad Lance will join us, and we'll talk about this game for just a couple of moments. And, Coach, I'll tell you what, anytime you can knock off a good Columbia College team, good win for you. Nice to be home and a good win tonight.
Well, I think we are reeling a little bit to start that first half from our experience this weekend. But, I think part of being a good team is being able to handle adversity. Not everything is going to go your way for 40 minutes, whether it's shooting, whether it's foul trouble, whether it's a call, or whether it's just a plain just getting subbed, and it's just not your night. So there's some things that we obviously got to get better at doing. But I thought our guys were resilient. I thought we regrouped in the second half, and we showed some composure.
38-34 at the half. You're right. You got a lead up to 14 points in the second half. They came back within 5 or 4. But as you said, everyone kind of kept their composure. Had a couple late turnovers that kind of hurt you, but after that kind of settled down.
Well, it's funny because early in the season when you get tested like that, those type of things it definitely happen. So we need to do a better job of coming back to the basketball, and when we make those adjustments, we'll be okay.
Tavius Brazil, what a night, 23 points. 4 for 4 from beyond the arc.
Well, we've made a little bit of adjustment where we're putting him on the floor, so tonight it showed and it proved. But I thought, Darryl Watson was definitely struggling, and he came up with some big plays there late that I thought were really huge.
Alonzo Williams had a good game.
He definitely did. So it's group effort, I tell our guys all the time to be ready. You never know when your number is going to be called. And Columbia exposes in some defense. They do a good job in space, and I don't know how many threes they shot, but I know they shot a ton of them.
They shot a ton. I have them 11 out of 36.
Yeah.
From beyond the arc.
And, that's the first time that we played against somebody that missed threes. This weekend we played against guys who didn't miss threes. So long rebounds equal long shots.
All right, Coach, you start the conference season now. 3 of the first 4 at home. You have Clark on Saturday. They're going to come in here. They're a good ball club.
Yeah, they definitely are. It's conference play, so you're playing for a lot more than you played for tonight.
And I tell you what, with this year, just the top 8 making the tournament, these games, even the early season, especially the home games, are tremendously important, aren't they?
Yeah, you got to take care of home court and then be able to sneak up on people on the road.
All right, Coach, thanks for coming by. We'll see you Saturday.
All right, thank you.
As Chad Lance joins us, Vikings win it tonight, 79-72. And again, just a couple of quick statistics for you. 32 out of 64 with the Vikings. That's 50%. 42%, 27 out of 64. And it is Tavius Brazil show. He had 23 points tonight. Alonzo Williams had 13, and Tremont Moore had 11. They led the way. Well, hope you enjoyed the doubleheader broadcast tonight. Columbia College wins the women's game. The Vikings win the men's game. We'll do it again Saturday. Triple header, football against Benedictine, and then 2 basketball games against Clark University. All can be viewed on the Viking Sports Network. The Viking Sports Network is a production of the Missouri Valley College Mass Communications Department of the Division of Communications, Humanities, and Human Services. Travel considerations by Elmer Hare Ford in Marshall. For Chaz Maddie and his entire crew, I'm Ken Cuiava. Good night from the Burns Center.